Sam Altman said we will soon see the first one-person billion-dollar company. And a few years ago, that sounded insane. Until last month, when three 22-year-olds became the youngest self-made billionaires in history. Their AI company, Mercor, hit a $10 billion valuation. The reality today is that solo founders are shipping AI products and hitting $300,000 a year writing 0 lines of code. For example, the median YC founder age has dropped from 30 to 24 years old. And the dangerous part is that many founders do not realize that the rules have changed. Some are already adapting, others are falling behind without knowing it. AI made building faster, and social made distribution free. And the infrastructure that used to require teams can now be run automatically. The people who are watching this video are going to have a massive advantage in 2026. This video breaks down what actually changed and what it means for anyone thinking about starting a company right now. 5 years ago, building an AI product was expensive. An MVP cost $50,000 to $150,000. It took 12 to 18 months. You needed a team of engineers, designers, project managers. If your idea failed, you lost a year and 6 figures. That math pretty much changed everything about how people approach building startups. You had to be careful, you had to plan, and you had to be right. That instinct is now a liability. The truth is, if you're still spending months planning before you build, you're playing the old game. If you think you need a technical co-founder to build your first product, you're already behind. And if you're waiting to raise money just to test an idea, you're wasting your time. Today, the math is completely different. In February 2025, Andre Karpathy shared an idea called vibe coding. You describe what you want in plain English, AI writes the code. Tools like Cursor went from startup to $1 billion in revenue just off of this alone. Stripe uses it, Coinbase uses it, individual founders use it just to ship AI products in days that would have taken a few months or even years ago. Another example, Alex Finn, he built Creator Buddy with AI tools and hit $300,000 a year. 0 traditional code. And the numbers really tell the story here. MVP costs have dropped from the $50,000 to $150,000 number down to $10,000 to $50,000 today. Simple AI products can ship for a few $100s, build time cut by 50 to 80%, and solo founders can now do what used to require a team. When testing an idea costs $100,000, you need to be right. When testing costs $1,000, you can afford to be wrong. A lot. The founders still treating every idea like a big bet are losing to founders who treat ideas like experiments. This is the first piece of infrastructure that made one-person AI companies possible. AI tools handle what used to require engineers, and once you see it, you just can't unsee it. The old model treated startups like a marriage. You found an idea you believed in, you committed, and you were stuck with the idea, even through hard times. Walking away meant failure. Now, that model made sense when starting was really expensive. You had to believe deeply because the cost of being wrong was so high. The new model treats startups like a portfolio. Mark Liu, for example, he failed 20 to 25 times before anything worked. Now he makes $49,000 a month across multiple AI products. But his signature is that he ships something new almost every week. Peter Levels makes $250,000 a month from a collection of AI tools. He ran a challenge to build 12 startups in 12 months. Most failed, but a few worked, which is all that really matters in this era. And the pattern is the same across all of these examples. You ship fast, you set a kill rule, let's say 100 users in 30 days, or I'm gonna move on. No ego attached to a single idea, and treat failure as data, not identity. When pivoting is cheap, persistence on a bad idea becomes the real risk. And this changes the psychology of building. You stop asking, is this the idea? And you start asking, is this idea working yet? The founders who grew up with this math think differently by default, and they're playing a different game. And right now, they're winning. If this idea makes you uncomfortable, that is the old mindset talking. The old way said pick one idea and commit. The new way says test fast and follow the data. But running multiple experiments requires knowing exactly where your money's going. You can't run a portfolio if you cannot see the burn on each bet. The founders doing this well have real-time visibility on every project. They know which experiments to kill and which to double down on because they can see the numbers, not guess. The old way to get customers was expensive. You raised money, you bought ads, you hired a sales team, and spent months building before anyone even saw your product yet. Customer acquisition cost $100 or more per person. You needed capital just to find out if anyone wanted what you were building. That playbook is dying. 𝐬𝐿 is 18. He built 𝐾𝐨, an AI app that tracks calories from photos of food. $3 million per month, 5 million downloads. He didn't buy ads, he didn't have a growth team, he built in public on X. He worked with creators, showed his progress, and let people follow along. All this to say, the math on distribution shifted. Paid ads, $100 per customer, audience you build close to 0, founders who build in public convert 10 to 20% of followers into customers. Zach said something that captures the whole shift. He said, schools reward credentials, markets reward leverage. Building in public creates leverage. Every post is a signal to customers, investors, and future teammates. Every failure you share builds trust. It's authentic. Every win becomes proof, and the feedback loops tighten. Instead of building for 6 months and hoping people want it, you find out in days. Your audience tells you what you need to build next. This is the second piece of infrastructure. Social platforms handle what used to require a marketing team. That's building and distribution, but running a company has a third piece that often is forgotten: finance. The founders moving fastest automate this part too. Banking, cards, expense tracking, all in one place. If you want that set up, Ro is the tool startups like 𝐾𝐨 are using. Link in the description below. But here's where most solo AI founders and small teams waste a lot of time. They use AI tools to build in days, they use social to get customers for free, then they spend way too much time sorting receipts and updating spreadsheets. One founder told us, "I pay bills and categorize expenses while watching football to make it hurt less." That's the old way. It doesn't match the speed of everything else. The same infrastructure change that happened to building and distribution, it's happening to finance too. Think about what running a company used to require: a bookkeeper to categorize your expenses, an accountant to close the books, a finance person to track burn and runway, multiple bank accounts, cards, and tools that didn't talk to each other. A one-person AI company cannot hire all those people, but they still need that visibility. The new stack looks different. Banking, cards, expense tracking, all in one place. Transactions categorize automatically. You see your burn by category in seconds, not after a Sunday afternoon spreadsheet session. This matters for the portfolio approach. When you're running multiple experiments, you need to see which ones are burning cash and which ones are making money. You cannot make fast decisions with slow data. It also matters for staying alive. 82% of startups fail because of cash problems. Let that sink in. The founders who iterate fastest are the ones who see their numbers in real time. They know exactly how many more experiments they can afford to run. Mark Liu, for example, he knows his burn rate per project. Peter Levels tracks revenue across his whole portfolio live. That visibility is not a nice to have. It's what makes the portfolio model work. The one-person billion-dollar AI company that Sam Altman talked about will not have a CFO. It will have infrastructure that handles finance automatically, AI tools for building, social for distribution, and automated finances for everything else. That's the stack. The 22-year-olds building AI companies right now are smart, but they're not geniuses. They're the first generation to operate natively in this new environment. That's the difference. They never learned the old rules. They just started building with the tools that exist today. This environment will reward some people and quietly eliminate others. The ones who adapt will build faster and cheaper and leaner than anyone before them. The ones who don't will spend years playing a game that no longer exists. 3 years ago, the Merck core founders were in a dorm room. Today, they're billionaires. This is what happens when the right person meets the right environment. And the environment is here. The stack exists, Ro is the finance piece. Banking, cards, and expense visibility in one place. Setup takes minutes, scale as you grow, links in the description. It's not whether someone will build a billion-dollar AI company with a tiny team. It's whether it will be you.